is Martin. In September 2021, I moved into a studio apartment in an old building on the outskirts of Košice. The apartment was cheap, uncomfortably cheap, as I would realize later. The landlord, Mrs. Kovačová, was an older woman with tired eyes. She pressed the keys into my hand without even inviting me inside. She only said one thing: "The hallway light acts up sometimes. Keep a flashlight handy." I took it as a routine warning. I was young, alone, and freshly single. The apartment, with all its flaws, suited me perfectly. I had no idea what was hiding behind those walls. The first week went by without a hitch. I unpacked my boxes, bought a new chandelier, and started to feel at home. The trouble began when I decided to fix a small shelf in the corner of the bedroom, an old, cracked shelf that looked like it would fall at the slightest vibration. When I unscrewed it from the wall, a hollow space appeared behind it, and inside that hollow space, there was a notebook. It was bound in dark brown leather, swollen from the moisture, with some of the pages stuck together. On the first page, a name was written by hand, Viktor Hajdú, and beneath it, a date, February 14th, 1987. I should have put the notebook away. I should have taken it to Mrs. Kovačová. Instead, I lay down on the bed and started reading. Viktor Hajdú was a 52-year-old math teacher who had moved into the apartment after his wife passed away. The first entries were ordinary, daily notes about groceries, work, and how much he missed his wife. But somewhere around the third week, the tone changed. "Tonight, I woke up at 3, Viktor wrote. I listened. The whole house was silent, and yet, from the hallway, right in front of my bedroom door, came a sound. 3 thuds, short even, as if someone was knocking. I got up. I opened the door. There was nothing in the hallway, just the dead light and a cold draft that hadn't been there before. I kept reading. The next entry was a week later. 3 thuds again. This time I didn't open the door. I just lay there and waited. 15 minutes later, I was falling asleep when I caught a glimpse of a shadow by the door. It was thin, tall, too tall for a normal human being. It didn't move. It just stood there. 3 thuds. I read the words again, and that was when my blood ran cold. Because exactly last night, my 4th night in the apartment, I was awakened at 3 in the morning by 3 even thuds. I thought I had been dreaming, that it was a neighbor, that it was the pipes. Now, I wasn't so sure. I finished reading the notebook by morning. Viktor described 5 weeks of escalating terror. The shadow appeared closer every night. At first by the door, then in the corner of the room, and finally, according to the last entry, right next to the bed. "I am not sleeping," he wrote on the final day, March 28th, 1987. I can see it even now. It just stands there and watches. It has no face, only contours, and when I look at it, I feel like it is looking back. The next page was blank, then another one, and then, on the very last written page, a single sentence: "If you are reading this, you are not alone." In the morning, I called Mrs. Kovačová. I asked her about Viktor Hajdú. There was a long pause. Then she told me that Viktor had vanished in April 1987. They never found him. The police investigated. No clues, no witnesses, no explanation. The apartment remained empty for a year. Then she rented it out again. "How many tenants lived here before me?" I asked. Another pause. 3, she replied, and she hung up. 3 tenants. I am the 4th. Over the next few days, I tried to stay rational. I tucked the notebook away into a box. I told myself that Viktor was a grieving widower, perhaps suffering from psychosis, that he disappeared of his own free will or for some other earthly reason, that the thuds were just the pipes, that the shadow was my own reflection. It worked for 4 days. On the 5th night, at 3 in the morning, I was awakened by 3 thuds, louder this time. This time, I got up. The hallway was pitch black. The light had failed, just as Mrs. Kovachova had warned. I shone my phone's flashlight. At the end of the hallway, by the window, stood a shadow, tall, thin, motionless. I aimed the light directly at it, and it was gone. Just the window, the night, and the street outside. In the morning, I packed my things. Not everything. I didn't have time. I took only the essentials and left. I left the notebook on the table. This is not a made-up story. At least, I didn't believe in such things when it was happening. Today, looking back after nearly 3 years, I am still not sure what it all was. But I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And I know what I found inside those walls. When I called Mrs. Kovacheva a month later to ask if she had rented the apartment again, she answered, "Yes, a young woman. She moved in last week." I didn't tell her anything. Maybe I should have. Maybe she wouldn't have believed me. Maybe I should have gone back and taken that notebook with me. But I didn't. And sometimes when I wake up at 3 in the morning and listen to the silent apartment around me, I wonder if it even matters. I wonder if Viktor Hajdú was truly writing about something that only exists within the walls of that apartment, or whether some things, some presences